Well, hello, my fiends, again, and I want to say something that when I was in Bible college from 1980 to 1985, I still liked monster movies. When I went home on break, I'd watch Svengoolie, I'd watch the old movies. At my friend's house in Milwaukee, the Janices, Patrick Janis and his brother and his mom, and I'd stay over with them on the weekend because I went to their church in Milwaukee and out in West Allis, Wisconsin, which is, a suburb of Milwaukee, near Milwaukee. And we'd watch Elvira at 11 p.m. Saturday nights. And after that, we'd watch the Kung Fu movie. Well, just me, Patrick, and his brother. His mom was, she didn't watch that stuff, but we did. But we'd watch Elvira, and we watched the Kung Fu movie at 1 a.m., one called A Hard Way to Die or something like that. It was a good, this guy looked like Chuck Norris, but he played a bad guy. And he broke this ice, stack of ice, and he was the bad guy, and the Asian guy, kind of like Bruce Lee, he beat him. It's called A Hard Way to Die or something like that. But Elvira would show movies like Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks, See, but and I'd come home and I watched Svengoolie when I was home on break. I watched, back then it was Son of Svengoolie. It was back, because he was on until 83 as Son of Svengoolie from 79 to 83. And then now he's Svengoolie since 95 because Jerry G. Bishop passed the torch to him. That's our fiend, Svengoolie right here. I got a t-shirt of him. That's Svengoolie, man, he's my favorite horror host. And of course, I know Son of Ghoul too. Son of Ghoul's a great guy too, out there in Cleveland, Ohio. Son of Kevin Scarpino, he's a nice guy too. And those guys are in my movies. Svengoolie's in Devilant, and Son of Ghoul's in Devilant. So point is, but anyway, this is real funny. Yesterday I got the book on the cheap, The Movies of Graydon Clark. I got it in the mail. It only took me a week. Took me less than a week to get it. I mean, I ordered it on Saturday. It took me exactly a week to get it. I ordered it last Saturday. I got it yesterday, Saturday. It's been a week. He mails it right away. But anyway, I want to say something. When I was home on break, from Maranatha Baptist Bible College. By the way, I was a wrestler there. And I want to show you. I just found that. I went up and looked for this. I want to show. I really was a wrestler. There's a picture of me. That's me wrestling. You can see that's me, because I had a black eye then. I'm gonna take my glasses off so that and I got my Joe Frazier beard now. But that's me, and I was clean shaven. At Maranatha. It's on the varsity wrestling team, and here I got the letter here. Here's the letter. I got a bunch of letters, man. I got a bunch of letters here. Here's one of them. See, Maranatha Baptist Bible College. David Nelson is hereby awarded this certificate for outstanding accomplishment in wrestling. Okay, that was 1982 to 83. Dr. Cedarholm and Dr. Weniger. So there's another one. Okay, here's another one. This is for 1983 to 84. 83 to 84. There I am again. David Nelson, outstanding accomplishment in wrestling. Varsity reserve. Okay, and now it's varsity. That's because one guy, the varsity guy, I tied him 6-6, and he beat me in a close one. And I tied him 6-6, so he kept his varsity position. I almost stuck him in the first. I almost had him pinned. Coach Peterson, Ben Peterson, by the way, Olympic gold medalist, was my wrestling teacher there from 1980 to 85. I wrestled 5 years. 1 year, I just wrestled exhibitions. So I saved my eligibility, because you're only allowed 4 years varsity in college. So my first senior year, or I should say my second junior year, I was a junior for 2 years because I needed enough credits to make it to the senior year. So I had 2 junior years because one of the courses I failed, and whatever. So I had to retake it, and so it took me. I squeezed 4 years into 5 to earn enough college credit. I had a tough time with Greek, but when I retook the Greek, I went from a D to an A plus. I got an A in Greek, man. So when I retook Greek, I did better. That's New Testament Greek, because that's a Bible college. Man, here we go. But here you go. Look, 84 to 85. Here you go, David Nelson, outstanding accomplishment in wrestling. Varsity, but I was varsity, man. It says varsity reserve, but actually it's varsity. I earned the varsity. I wrestled varsity 4 years. But the reason I said varsity reserve there was because this one guy beat me. And it was like I took his place. And then he left. When he left, I took his place. So anyway, there you go, man. So, hey. But the point is, you know, I really was a wrestler. And that's why. And you people might think, well, that's not you. You're not that big and strong. Oh, yes, I am. Look it. I still got it. I mean, look at that. I still got my muscles, man, because I work out. And I never took steroids. I did my curls the other night, upright rows. I don't just do arms. I do a rowing, works the back and arms, and then I do like hammer curls, like 2 sets of 15, 20 reps. Sometimes I do 3 sets. And when they get really pumped and I feel like I can't do anymore, I stop. I did 2 sets of like high reps, 20 reps. The other day I did like 30 reps, man, upright rows. I just kept going. No weights. I don't use weights. I just use tension. I tense my muscles and do the movement. I did bar dip same way. I just do the bar dip movement without a bar. Works the triceps, works the lower chest. And then I do some, I did overhead press. See, that works the shoulders and the triceps. Don't just do curls and tricep extend. Do those, but you should also be doing upper body, you know, bigger muscles like push-ups. If you can't do push-ups, sit in front of the TV like I do, which sometimes I do. I don't feel like doing push-ups. I can do 35 push-ups at a time. I do like 2 sets. Set of 35, then I'll rest a few minutes, I'll do 25 more. You know, second set I can't do as much. But you know, you can do chest press. Like that, you know. And just tense your muscles and you don't have to do the push-ups. So you guys that your back pain, or maybe, I know my buddy in Marines has back problems, you can do the chest press without doing the push-up. Just, or you're sitting in a chair watching TV. You just tense your muscles like you're doing a bench press. Just like you're doing, tense your, breathe out and then breathe in. And just keep doing them until you get tired, until you feel like you've had enough. Don't overdo it. 10, 20 reps. The more you tense your muscles, the harder you tense, or the harder you resist, the harder it's going to be. So if it feels too easy, you know, tense your muscles as you do it. If it's too easy, tense your muscles more. You know, resist as you're pushing. You know. And, you know, try to do, you know, do a minimum of 5 to 10 if you're starting out, you know, and then once you get used to it like me, I like doing 20 reps, 15 to 20 reps. Well, 12 to 20 reps, you know. 2 sets, I'm done. And, you know, you just keep that up, and, you know, you get stronger over time. Do that like a couple times a week, the same exercise. But see, I still got it. See, look at it. I still got it, man. I'm just showing you. I still got it. It's a triceps from doing push-ups. See, that's the back part of your arm. That's like 2/3 of your arm. Biceps about 1/3 the size of your arm. Don't just do curls. And bring it down far. Don't just bring it down like this far, like this. Try to extend your arm almost all the way. Don't lock your arms, but bring them down. Because if you're just going like this, you're not bringing your arm down far enough. You know, bring it down like a full extension. Don't lock your elbows, but, you know. See, I do all natural body. I never took a steroid. I eat good. I just had some chili when I was watching Paladin. You know, Have Gun Will Travel. So I'm going to go back up there and watch the rest of it. I just want you people to know that I'm a wrestler, man. Now, back to what I was saying. When I was in Bible college, you know, I still like monster movies, you know. And like I said, I was telling you about Dracula versus Frankenstein. I'm going to get that right now off the shelf right here. It is Dracula versus Frankenstein. I went home and I'd never seen it before, but it was on at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a hard time getting up at 5 because I wanted to sleep in, but I set my alarm and I finally got up at 5:30. Turned on the TV, a little rinky-dink black and white TV, you know, 14-inch. I was sitting on a wood floor upstairs. I'm, you know, laying down, my hands, you know, holding my head up with my hands, or I'd be sitting with my legs crossed on the hardwood floor, watching a TV on the floor. Dracula versus Frankenstein on Channel 50, which is WPWR. And, man, I loved it. That was during break from Bible. That was my junior year during the break from Bible college. Now, when we get back, it's what's called chapel every day. And people, let students give testimony, you know, what they did on their break. And a lot of them are bragging about, you know, how many souls they won and everything. Or you know, some church activity they did, right? But see, I had a good time watching movies that weekend. You know, I wanted to have some fun. And people need to have some fun, too, you know. I didn't want to get up and brag, well, I did a really good thing, you know, and that's fine. You know, I'm for doing good deeds for people. But I'll tell you what I don't like. It's this self-righteous pride. It's like religious pride. You know, somebody's like, "Oh, you shouldn't make monster movies. You should make movies about Jesus." And yeah, well, I'm not trying to make blockbusters like Mel Gibson did. Okay, that's not my style of filming. I make like low budget monster comedy movies. That's what I like. I've always liked Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I've always liked Boris Karloff Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Bela Lugosi, Return of the Vampire with the werewolf, Matt Willis. You know, that was one of my favorite movies when I was 8 years old. You know, I grew up watching creature features in the afternoon movie at 3:30 on Channel 7, The Big Show, back in Chicago. And I'd watch like Clutch Cargo and Garfield Goose and the Hercules cartoon and the Marvel superheroes cartoons, you know, back in the 60s. Dick Tracy Show cartoon, The Dick Tracy Show. Bum, 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 bum. I still got a video of that up here somewhere. I got it. There it is. Here's my video of the Dick Tracy Show right there. See, that's the Dick Tracy Show. I got that on video at a video store in Chicago. Paid $20. It was worth it. The Dick Tracy Show. And then you got Hemlock Holmes, you know, there. You know, and you got Jiu-Jitsu, the voice of Larry Storch from F Troop. Yeah, I met him at the Monster Bash last year. But see, I like to have fun, you know, and then there's Flat Face and those guys, and Prune Face and all that, Flathead, the guy with the flat head. But you know, I like to have, people like to have fun, and you know, Baptists, Christians need entertainment too, and don't just say, you know, I make these monster comedy movies, and I even mention Jesus in my movies sometimes. Yeah, there's a street preacher I know from Des Plaines. He died a few years ago, Christos. He'd stand on the corner and preach. I stick him in my movies a lot, you know. But, you know, I noticed some of my fellow former students from Bible college, they say, you know, Dave, you should do movies right. Yeah, they haven't talked to me in like 20 years. And then they found out I'm making movies. I'm doing something with my life. And one guy from my dorm says, you know, Dave, why don't you do movies right? You know, you should make movies about Jesus. And then his wife says, you should make a movie like Sheffy. Well, Sheffy was already made. That was done by Bob Jones University. They did that movie. I'm not going to try and do their movie. And I'm not going to try and redo it. Besides, that's copyrighted. That's their story. It's just like I made a movie once. I'm making these monster movies. One guy says, oh, you should make a Batman movie. You should make a Spider-Man. Oh, you should do like they're doing with the Spider-Man and the special effects. I'm like, they already did it. You know, or you should do movies like Spielberg. I'm not Steven Spielberg, and I have to do it in my own style. I'm just going to be myself. It's just like Graydon Clark, you know. Graydon Clark's himself, you know. He makes his own movies, you know. His imagination, his stories, he does his own writing. I appreciate that. And how about Fred the Hammer Williamson? I met him. He was not only an actor but director, makes his own movies. And he says he's not trying. He says, I don't need Hollywood. I don't need Hollywood. He goes, because they're not gonna give me the three things I want when I make a movie. You know, I gotta win all my fights. I got to get the girl, and, basically, there's certain rules to his filmmaking. I got to win all my fights, and I got to get the girl, and he has to be like the star of the movie. But when he's making his own movie, he can do that, see? He's not controlled by Hollywood. I like that independent spirit. That can-do, be-your-own boss type spirit. See, that's me. I mean, I'm not them. I mean, they've had more experience than me. They've worked with, bigger budgets and, bigger, they've been around more of these Hollywood people, but I haven't. But still, I'm a different type of a filmmaker. I'm like a rock bottom budget. I'm not a low budget. I'm like a Z budget. I just get a blank memory card and I just film the dang thing, with my friends and family and anybody I can drag in front of a camera. I don't have to pay my actors because I use friends and family. I give them a copy of the movie when it's done, or, I mention their name. Like Son of Ghoul says, how much do I get paid for this? I said, you get your name mentioned. He goes, oh yeah, go ahead, mention my name. Son of Ghoul. So, he let me use them in my movie. Same thing with Forey Ackerman. I said, I filmed him with my aunt. I got my aunt. I go, I'm the devil. And he goes, is that his he didn't know what was going on. This was totally unrehearsed. And he's like, and I'm like, I'm the devil, and I'm going to get you, and then I threw it at him. He goes, and then I asked him, I said, can I use that in my movie? He goes, oh, sure. He goes, I go, and I told him they call me the Ed Wood of the 90s. And he goes, oh, Ed Wood, I was Ed Wood's literary genius or something. He wrote, he helped out Ed Wood when he was writing or something like, or helped him when he was writing his book, something like that. But anyway, before he said to me after I filmed it back at the Monster Bash 98, he says, I'll watch for the check in the mail. Where's my glasses at? What did I do with my glasses? Hold on a sec. Oh, they're in here. Before he says, I'll watch for the check in the mail. And he goes, yeah. I go, yeah, you're going to make big bucks. Jeffrey Roberts was standing right behind me. You know, now he hosts that Offbeat Cinema. Now, I just saw him on Offbeat Cinema yesterday, and it says Jeffrey Roberts in the credits. I'm like, that's who it is. I just realized last night that's the same guy who was at Monster Bash 98 when I was talking to Forey, attacking with the Devil Ant. And this guy's behind me, and they said, oh, that's Jeffrey Roberts. I didn't know who he was. I'd never met him before. And then, you know, he used to go to the Monster Bash every year. Then I see him in the credits of Offbeat Cinema last night when they showed Werewolf versus Vampire Woman. And I'm like, that's him. That's the guy I saw in Monster. He did look familiar, but man, now, you know, I'm a big fan of Offbeat Cinema. I watch it every Saturday. They show those B movies. So I'm big. I post on their page a lot on Facebook, you know. I post clips of my movies. You know, I tell them about my movies, you know, like Conrad Brooks versus the Werewolf, you know. There's me and Conrad. This means the world. I was in 93. Here's my movie, Miss Werewolf. You know, I did the drawing myself. It's got Svengoolie, Forey, and Roger Corman, the three titans of terror. And it's got the fearless leader of Psychotronic Film Society, Mike Flores, gets attacked by a werewolf. Richard Crowe, the ghost hunter there. International ghost hunter Richard T. Crowe, who passed away. I went to his funeral. There's Miss Werewolf chowing down on a chicken leg. You know, and this is my favorite of all my movies, Demon Monster from Outer Space. That's my favorite of all. That's my favorite of all my movies right there. It's me wearing a mask. And this is a new one I just finished last year. Bigfoot Runs Amok. And I did that drawing myself. And this is my newest monstrosity right here. That's Dinosaur Woman. That's my blockbuster. It's the best movie of 2017. One lady says, oh, this movie is the best movie of 2017. You should watch it. And it's something filmed overseas. And, oh, it's the best movie of 2017. Well, how come I never heard of it, you know? But you know what? You know, when she got done telling me this, you know what I thought? I said, no, my movie's the best movie of 2017. Dinosaur Woman. Well, you know, really, I work, you know, think about it. I do the directing, filming, I star in these movies, I get other people in it, and I do all the editing. And this movie took me like over a half a year just to edit it. Oh man, this took me like years to edit. I started editing this thing years ago. Like back in like 2015, I started editing it, and I just finished editing it just, you know, recently. Off and on, not every week, you know, but you know, off and on, because I was working on Fishman at the same time and Devilland 3. I just finished Devilland 3 last year, 2016. Then I finished this one in Bigfoot Runs Amok last year, and then, so, you know, this one I finished about half a year ago. Dinosaur Woman, and it's got Forey Ackerman in it. And it's got Svengoolie in it right there. There's Svengoolie. There's Ghoulie. And then it's got me. I'm the guy that finds the dinosaur egg. It's a styrofoam egg. And it's Janet, a Dinosaur Woman, my friend Janet. You know, so the thing is, she's never seen Dinosaur Woman. She's saying, oh, that's the best movie of 2017. Well, that's just her opinion. I bet people that, you know, I'm going to tell you something. You know that Dennis Scary Drucktennis from Scary Monsters magazine, he said Demon Monster from Outer Space is the best movie of 2005. 2005. He said this was the best. He told me this in 2005. He reviewed it in his magazine. A whole page article on it. By the way, I used Scary Monster Frisbee for the flying saucer. You know, they had those Frisbees. It says Scary Monsters magazine. I tied an invisible thread and lands on Earth. And then that's the spaceship that the demon monster flies. And the interior was my basement. And I put up like inside of a broken computer, inside of a TV screen, you know, or inside of a computer, you know, because it was in the Dipsty dumpster. So I used that as like a prop, and it looks like the controls of and that old video game board I found in the garbage in the Dipsty dumpster behind where I worked, you know. So I used that stuff as props, and so, you know, broken computers like the TV screen, and I'm like robot monster. I'm saying, yes, oh great one, yes, yes, oh master, I will attack Earth and invade them with monsters. Yeah, ha, 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 ha. You know, and I've got that demon mask on. I'm wearing a demon mask. That's this guy right here. You know, that's my overhead. That Janet bought me, my friend Janet bought me for $9 back in '94, Halloween, and I used it. It finally got old. It started cracking, so I did a scene where I burned it in my backyard. I videotaped the thing. It just cracking to pieces, you know. But it did its purpose. It served its time, and I was done. But anyway, I gotta shut up now. But I just want to tell you people about Bible college. So anyway, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna tell you that story anyway. I saw Dracula vs. Frankenstein at 5:30 in the morning on the little black and white TV on during break. When I got back from Christmas break, from holiday break, I stood up and I didn't start bragging about, you know, I got some award in church or I helped, you know, I didn't want to talk about something religious. I wanted to talk, just, you know, even the Christians, they watch TV. A lot of them, they like movies. They watch movies on break. Some of them go even to R-rated movies once in a while. I'm sure they did. In fact, they even caught one guy going to an R-rated movie, got in trouble for it. Because he went to an R-rated movie and one guy told on him. Sorry, but that's what I think. You know, I can't tell. Oh, I saw that guy watching an R-rated movie. Well, it's an R-rated movie. It wasn't an X-rated movie. You know? But, you know, point is, you know, why can't he just mind his own business? Do you have to tell? You know, if I saw somebody doing that, I'm not going to tell. I'm like that, you know. I'm not, you know, sure, if somebody's committing a crime or something, somebody's got a gun or is holding somebody, yeah, I'm going to call the cops, you know, they can help. I'm going to try and help or call someone that can help to prevent a crime or prevent someone from getting robbed or something like that. Yeah, then I'm going to tell. But that's kind of, you know, I think that's kind of like not mind your own business. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell on everybody I see do something wrong, because what about me? I'm a sinner too. We're all sinners. So, you know, I didn't like it when that guy told on, oh, so-and-so went to he was watching an R-rated movie on his VCR. Well, you know, he should mind his own business. You know what I mean? Because that's not a big thing. It's not like a crime. You know, it's not like not hurting anybody, you know? Your mind is like that. To me, that's being a Pharisee. They seem self-righteous. If I saw that, I'd probably say, hey, can I, you know, me, I like to watch movies, you know. And most of the movies today are R-rated anyway. You know, there's some, but this, you know, it doesn't mean you're bad because you go to the movies. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. You know, people need entertainment. You know, a lot of Bruce Lee's movies were R-rated. You know, they were R-rated too. But I'm not going to not watch them just because of that. You know, I'm a man. I've seen that stuff before, you know. Good. Now, some people just need to grow up and quit acting like a bunch of babies. Like, oh, I'm so offended. Like they act like they never seen that before. Come on, quit faking it. You've seen that stuff before. And if you haven't, well, I kind of feel sorry for you. But I want to say, you know, you think that I shouldn't be saying that since I went to Bible college. But the point is, see, I know I'm a sinner. We're all sinners. We all fall short of God's glory every day. None of us are perfect. Jesus saves sinners. That's why he came, because we couldn't save ourselves. We're not perfect like he is, okay? So, you know, accept that free grace. Ask Jesus in your heart. That's what I did. But I'm not going to go around pointing a finger at everybody I see doing a sin, because that's being self-righteous, because I have my own sins. We all have skeletons in the closet. We've all done things we're ashamed of. We've all done things we regret. We've all missed opportunities and blown it. Many times me. And yeah, I feel bad about it when you know, but I realize I don't want to feel bad about it, because I like to think about the good things that are coming. I listen to Joel Osteen every Sunday. I listen to him today. He encouraged me. He talks about, you know, those past things. They're not really a setback. They're a setup for something better to happen. You know, in other words, don't feel bad about the past. There's a future, and trust God. God's going to help you. God loves you. He's on your side, and He's going to help you. You know. God's on your side. Don't think that God's against you. He made you. He loves you. Amen? Amen. That's what people need to hear. They need to be given hope. Not self-righteous hypocrites pointing a finger at everything they do wrong. You know, we all make mistakes, man. You know what I mean? You keep doing that, you discourage people. You make them feel like they're not good enough. You know, God saves imperfect people. God uses imperfect people. Everybody, all of his apostles had their imperfections. They had their failings. They weren't perfect. Yeah, they were sinners. They were sinners too. Yeah, even the Pope's a sinner. You know, you're only saved by grace. But I was saying by asking Jesus in your heart. But this wasn't going to be a. I didn't want to preach at people right here. But I want to tell the rest of that story anyway. So when I got back from Bible college, instead of bragging about some religious activity I did, I just told the truth. I said, "Yeah, when I was home, when I was home on break, I saw Dracula versus Frankenstein." Yeah, and the whole student body, the faculty, everybody was there. We're talking like 600, 700 people back then, and then some of them are laughing, My wrestling coach told me, he says, another time I saw a Bruce Lee movie, Fists of Fury, and I got back from break, and they said, give a testimony about what you did on break. I didn't say, I got all these people saved, blah, blah. I didn't say that. You know what I said? I said, yeah, I saw a really good kung fu movie on TV. Laughing. Yeah. Okay, cut that spread. So see, I like monsters. See, and I even did this when I was in Bible college. I made that Frankenstein head, and then I made that Dracula. I put that in my dorm window. See, those Baptists, they need to have some fun. They need to start watching these Frankenstein movies. And they need to start watching a Dracula movie. I'm not talking about the blood and gore, blood and guts, some modern ones. I'm talking about the old classics like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Boris Karloff, Bride of Frankenstein, movies like that. Lon Chaney Jr.'s The Wolfman. It's good entertainment. And when I was at a Christian function called Sun City in South Park back in the 70s when I was going to Maine South High School, they'd show 16 millimeter. They'd project on a big screen the full-length version of House of Frankenstein. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. The Wolfman, they showed on a big screen, man. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. They showed that stuff because it's good entertainment. Amen. I'll see you.